Okay, so here we are at my first real break. I got a warm spot on the back of my right heel, so I gotta stop and take care of that. And as you can see, well, it's not too great for skiing up here. I mean, they're open, but they got a lot of patches. It's pretty good for snowshoeing. Probably about 2 or 3 feet of snow on the ground here. When I was going cross country trying to find the trail, it really kind of stunk because I was post-holing even with my snowshoes on. But the trail is nice and packed down, and so it's real good so far. Really warm. Okay, so this is the second pack off break. My foot's still giving me trouble, so I'm gonna have to put more tape on there and cinch the boot up again. It should be okay. This is actually my 5th time I've had the pack off. The first 3, I had a lot of starts and stops this morning. There was no snow on Hart Prairie, so I had to just walk across that in boots. And as soon as I got in the forest, I had to switch to snowshoes, so I'd take the pack off for that. Unfortunately, I didn't put my gaiters on, so I had to stop and put my gaiters on because I was getting snow in my boots. And the time before that, I was overheating, and so I had to stop and take off a layer. So I've been hiking for about 2 hours and 45 minutes now. Haven't made a lot of great progress, but it's getting better now that I don't have to be stopping so often. Weather's still nice. It's a little bit cold when you stop, but still really great. Saw one guy coming down with a pack. He was in the register. He spent last night on the mountain up at 12,000 feet, and I just about 10 minutes ago passed the guy day snowshoeing coming down. So I have the mountain pretty much to myself at this point as far as I can tell. Very cool. Okay, so here we are at the boulder field. At the boulder field, that is. Here we are at the boulder field. Usually this is buried in snow in a good year, but most of it's showing now. Just a big old lava flow. I suppose there's avalanche danger here if there's a lot of snow. And I always like to come out here and catch the view because it is a good view. Once again, a pretty dry year this year, not a lot of snow, but there's still quite a bit up where I am. This is mostly just blown off the rocks here. In the forest where I'm hiking, it's nice and steep, or deep, and steep. Up there is the crash site. Can't see it from here, but that's where the World War II transport plane went down, and still pieces of it up there. This is the trail I came in on the right there, and just up on the left there, about another 10 or 15 minutes, I believe, before the next switchback is my campsite. So feel a little bit better in the time I've been making now. I got my new ham radio with me. I want to try and get a hold of my buddy Paul at 2 o'clock. It's just about 1 o'clock now, so I'll give him see if I can actually get my radio to work. Okay, so I finally made it to base camp, or the bivy site, campsite, whatever you want to call it. Took me about 4 hours to get here, but like I say, I had a slow start. Not sure if you can see that, but I've carved out my tent pad. It's pretty sheltered under the trees here. But it was kind of fun getting down here. Just, I don't know, there's about 3 to 5 feet of snow in the open areas. And like I say, even with the snowshoes, I'm still, my feet go through. So it's pretty exciting. And that's it. I'm going to set up the tent and take the radio out and see if I can figure out how to make that work. So far, so good. Well, okay, here we are at base camp once again. I have the tent set up. As Gary likes to say, I wonder what the poor people are doing. I have my kitchen over there. I have my wonderful lunch of 2 ramen noodles here. My feet were getting kind of cold, so I'm probably going to get out of these boots and put on my the camp boots, or booties, or whatever you want to call them, and take a nap or something like that. I'm going to have to get up in a bit and melt some snow so I have some more water. But I'm starting to get a little bit chilled. Thermometer says 47, which isn't very cold at all, but I've only got one pair of socks on in these boots, and so that could have something to do with it. And I just kind of threw everything into the tent, so it's still a total mess, but I'll get it straightened out later. Okay, I must be having mush brain from the altitude, or maybe it's just a different time frame being in the mountains, but it's about an hour and a half later, and I've just finally gotten around putting on my other sock and the camp booties, which are great things. Keep your feet nice and warm, and they don't have to be jammed in a boot all day. Had them for years, wouldn't trade them for anything. I've been trying to radio to raise Paul. Radio looks like this. It's a Yaesu BX170. However, I can't get a hold of them, so I think I'm probably doing something wrong, but at least it's kind of nice. I can scan through the channels and hear some voices and that sort of thing. So if I get in trouble, I should be able to raise somebody. And what else we got going on? That's about it. I'm still contemplating getting out there and melting some snow for water. And I don't think it'll show up on the camera, but way out there I can just barely see people riding the chairlift up to Agassiz lift on the Arizona Snowball Ski Area. So that's my other form of entertainment.
Just a tailwind. Can you go ahead and repeat?
So we're going to be trespassing in progress 6 miles east of Skull Valley in Copper Basin. Our peak is a Roland Warwick. He's advising there are individuals currently trespassing onto his mining claims. He's advising his subjects are armed, and he is also armed, but
a Pacific weather system will continue to approach Arizona today, bringing mostly cloudy conditions and a slight chance of showers over the high elevations from Flagstaff northward. On Sunday, the system will move onshore and through northern Arizona, bringing a better chance for rain showers and high elevation snow. A brief break in the weather is expected Monday, with a colder Pacific storm system on track for Tuesday through Wednesday. Snow levels are forecast to come down to around 5,000 feet.
The forecast for the Flagstaff listening area, including Williams, Munns Park, Happy Jack, Heber, and Winslow. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Slight chance of rain showers through the night. Then a slight chance of snow showers after midnight. Snow level around 8,000 feet. Southwest winds up to 15 miles an hour. Lows 33 at Flagstaff, 40 at Winslow. Chance of precipitation 30% at Flagstaff. Precipitation 10% at Winslow. Sunday, cloudy. Chance of rain and snow showers. Snow level around 7,500 feet. Southwest winds up to 15 miles an hour.
Well, as we have